Welcome into the Browns Report, everybody. I am your host, Joey O'Donohue, and we've got an action-packed show to get to today. First off, wow, what a trade in the NFL world right now. Micah Parsons. We're going to put a little Cleveland Browns spin on it, though, and let us talk about the Browns-Packers Week 3 matchup, which is now going to look a whole of a lot different with Micah Parsons in Green Bay. And finally, LeBron James gave a bold Browns prediction. We'll get into what that is. But let's start with the big news. Micah Parsons is now a Green Bay Packer. Wow. A lot to dive into here, especially the financial aspect of this huge deal. Micah is getting paid. This is what he wanted. They couldn't get it done in Dallas, and now Green Bay is giving Parsons $47 million a year. It was just months ago that Myles Garrett became the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history when Cleveland paid him $40 million a year. That record got broken a couple times by TJ Watt, Jamar Chase, and now Micah Parsons is on top of it all. The whole landscape of contract negotiating in NFL is changing. Danielle Hunter, fifth on that list. But we can say with confidence the Cleveland Browns were smart. How many times can we say that? The Browns made a smart decision. Credit Andrew Berry. They paid our star. Listen, when you're a franchise with a star player like a Myles Garrett, like a Micah Parsons, the fans are attached to him, and the talent is just irreplaceable. So thank God the Browns went out, paid Myles Garrett, because Myles wanted out. He was talking about fully requesting a trade, and then he got that check, that deal, and you couldn't turn it down. $40 million a year. So the Browns made a smart move. Cowboys should have taken lessons from Cleveland and not let their star go. They didn't really get much of a good return. So I'm glad the Browns were able to make a smart decision and keep Myles, help our defense look good this year, hopefully. Another note about the money is the comparative to other Browns signings and trades, they gave Deshaun Watson $46 million a year. So Micah Parsons getting $1 million more than Watson. I hate to bring up that trade. And Reed, you got to warn me if you're putting a picture of Deshaun Watson on my screen. That is a jump scare right there. I didn't think I'd have to deal with him for a little while. But we got to talk about it, compare the deals, and just to give you a perspective, that is how much Micah is getting paid now, and that is how much Cleveland gave Watson. Interestingly enough, Bleacher Report actually put out an article of the worst trades in NFL history. They had the Browns trading for Watson at 7. They had the Micah Parsons trade of recent at 4. Interesting take. I feel like how are there 6 trades worse than the Watson trade, to be honest? Is that not top 5? Is that not 1, honestly? Maybe I'm biased because it's hurt me so much the past couple years. But when you take a look at the deal, Cleveland gave away 3 first-round picks to get Watson, a third in 2023, and 2 fourths, just a haul of draft capital, including those 3 first-round picks. By the way, the Texans draft C.J. Stroud, actually find a franchise guy. Cleveland's still looking to do that and brought in Deshaun Watson. So it's pretty bad of a deal. It definitely deserves to be on that Bleacher Report list, but they did have it at 7, not in the top 5. The Micah Parsons trade that they ranked worse than the Watson trade, well, you've probably seen it by now. 2 first-round picks only going back to Dallas for the generational young 26-year-old defensive star. And Kenny Clark, 29-year-old defensive tackle, who's a Pro Bowler, but he's nowhere near the likes of Micah Parsons. And I don't know who the Cowboys are going to draft those 2 first-round picks, but I'm sure they're going to be great. Not as great as Micah Parsons. So I want to hear from you guys in the comments. What's worse, the Deshaun Watson trade or the Micah Parsons trade as of recently? Type DW if you think Watson's deal was worse for Cleveland, or MP if you think the Cowboys made an even worse trade yesterday, if that's what you think. Let me know. Now, this will impact Cleveland's Week 3 matchup against the Green Bay Packers. So they're set to meet 3 weeks into the season. We'll be live for it. Watch party here on the Browns Report, Sunday, September 21st. Do not miss it, 1 p.m. Eastern in Cleveland, Ohio. I do think that Micah is going to have to slow down the Browns' offense, obviously. I mean, I think Joe Flacco can still throw it, and the Browns are going to surprise a lot of people offensively. But now this changes the whole dynamic of the matchup against Green Bay, right? It's going to be hard to move the ball with Micah, who is everywhere on the field. Not only pass rushing, but he'll drop back in coverage and make it tough for Cleveland. And that offensive line is going to need to hold up against Green Bay. This game is now going to be lower scoring than I thought it was before. This could have been a battle of offenses. Now I think it's a battle of defenses, which is going to make it a sneakily close game. Because Cleveland, with all their stars being healthy, including Miles, what a matchup we're going to get, Miles versus Micah, it's going to be in games because of their defense, right? So I think sneakily this game will be a little low scoring. Jordan Love, he's good for a couple interceptions, you know. He's kind of like more of a Brett Favre than he is an Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay in the sense that he'll just launch the ball, throw up prayers. Sometimes it's caught by his guys. Sometimes it's caught by the opposing team. Hopefully Denzel Ward in this case. So I think it's sneakily going to be close. I wouldn't pick the Browns to win, but I think they have a chance. And if you want them to win, go ahead, like this video right now. You don't want to jinx this. Make sure you like the video because you don't want to be the person that's like, I'm not going to like it, and then the Browns lose. But if enough people like the video, Cleveland can beat Green Bay. So make sure you do that just for good luck. For superstition, drop a like right now. All right, speaking of great former Cleveland players, let's talk about LeBron James, the GOAT in L.A. He names the Cleveland Browns as his sleeper team this year. We know LeBron loves Cleveland and roots for them from time to time. He also is seen rooting for the Cowboys, the Rams, and different teams. But he has listed the Browns as his sleeper team of the year. Last year, LeBron said the Commanders were a sleeper. So this is no joke. LeBron actually really made a great pick last season of the Commanders team that was bad and then made the playoffs with star rookie Jaden Daniels. So who's not to say that Cleveland can't be a sleeper this year? I think they'll at least surprise people, be better than the rest of the NFL thinks. Like, I know we here on the Browns Report and the Browns fans I see in my comments are somewhat optimistic about Cleveland this year. Well, let's define what an actual sleeper is, right? Because Cleveland, their over-under win total on most sports books is 4.5, and that's lower than any other team. It's tied lowest on most sports books. So you tell me that, paired with the fact that their Super Bowl odds are plus 40,000, it's a great bet. Place $100, you get $40K if the Browns win the Super Bowl. That's second worst Super Bowl odds in all of the NFL as well. So I think by this margin, right, by this metric, how bad the Browns are being projected to be, I would classify them as sleeper as well. People are treating them like they're going to be as bad as they were last season, like a 3-win team. They're not going to be that bad again. You know, like we've done a lot of work in the offseason. Andrew Berry has gone out, got a lot of key rookies and additions to this team. I mean, look at that lineup of rookies that Cleveland is bringing in. Mason Graham with their 5th pick, Shedeur Sanders and Dylan Gabriel, who we'll likely see at some point during the season. Harold Fannin Jr., who's already caught a touchdown in preseason, an absolute beast at a Bowling Green in the tight end slot. Carson Schlesinger, who might end up being the best rookie of them all, at least was awarded in training camp the most outstanding rookie already. The stud out of UCLA, he's everywhere on the field and is going to lock down Cleveland's defense. Quinshon Judkins, if the Browns ever give him a contract, will absolutely be an explosive addition to the running back field, and I think could overtake the reins and be RB1 in Cleveland for who knows how long. Dylan Sampson will help out that mix as well. Believe the draft pick that they used on Dylan Sampson was a 5th rounder that was given to them in the Baker Mayfield trade. And then finally, Isaiah Bond, who they signed, who went undrafted, is another rookie that was supposed to be drafted higher, but didn't get drafted at all due to legal concerns. So amazing slew of rookies. A lot of first-round talent, I would say, in that list, despite Cleveland only having 1 first-round pick. Incredible job by Andrew Berry, and I think that a lot has changed for the Cleveland Browns. Like, there's absolutely room to predict that they will be better, especially better than that 4.5 win total. Like, they're going to win more than 4 games. Cleveland is a lot better this year. Make no mistake about that. And Joe Flacco's back. Like, that's a good thing, too. You look at some of the games on their schedule, too. It starts off kind of rough, having to go play Cincinnati and the Ravens and now the Packers and Lions, who are going to be tougher opponents. But there's winnable games. Like, I think they can beat the Vikings in London. I think they'll beat the Steelers at least once. we've had the Bengals number a lot in years past. I wouldn't be surprised if we upset the NFL right away and win against the Bengals in week 1. And then you've got some awful teams on there like the Jets and Dolphins, who we could easily beat. The Patriots, who weren't anything good last year either. The Raiders, Titans. Come on. They will beat at least 4 of those teams. So if you are a betting person, maybe go take advantage of the low odds right now. But by definition, they are being slept on. And I would classify the Cleveland Browns as a sleeper as well this year in the NFL. That's going to surprise a lot of people that don't follow the team as hard as you and I do here on the Browns Report. So I want to know in the comments, how many games do you think the Browns will actually win in 2025? Drop a number down below. Is it going to be over or under that low total that they've set for us? Let me know what you think. I do think the Browns will go way over that. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to the Browns Report. We appreciate all of you as always. I love getting to interact with you all in the comments, on live streams, and just talk Browns football, hanging out all season long. So thank you so much, and we will see you next time here on the Browns Report.